All right. David Wilson, aka Business Savage here. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination pre-show. Network Like a Savage Season 4. We're a little bit tight on time this day, but we are ready to go at 3 o'clock. So we are about 5 minutes to live right now, roughly, maybe about 4. We've done all our checks already. Steve is ready. And we are going to attempt the impossible. So right now, welcome to all of our watchers on Twitch who are with us for the first time. So this is going to be our first time on Twitch. Thank you. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination. My name is David Wilson, the Business Savage, and definitely welcome. So we're always trying some new things. Get the word out about IBGR. Get the word out about the Business Savage. Get the word out about business edutainment, which is helping you grow your business, helping you be the best business owner you can be, while also entertaining you. IBGR is a host of entrepreneurs, a group of entrepreneurs here to help entrepreneurs. That's what we do. So join us at IBGR.community. If you are new to the game, about 3 minutes to live, and we will be all set in just a moment. Today's show is going to be Network Like a Savage. Savvy segments take 1. So Savvy segments take 1. We answer questions that come from you, the viewers, you, the listeners, whether you're listening on IBGR.Network or if you're listening on, or if you're watching on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. All right, we're about 3 hours to the show live right here on Instagram or on Instagram. Okay, so hello Facebook, hello YouTube, hello Twitch, hello Twitter, and hello Instagram. Yes, we are live on Instagram. We just try to just make it really hard to broadcast, but we're gonna do it because we need to get the word out, and we need to do the best we can doing that. So you're gonna see me rotating and moving around and whatnot, and I'm gonna be making eye contact with everybody. We're gonna go to Avatar in just a second, I think, and then we are gonna come back. You'll hear our opening. You'll hear our theme music, and then we'll go right into it. So Network Like a Savage, Savvy segments take 1. Steve, if you would, please. All right, thank you. All right. We will be live in about a minute and a half. All right, here we go. All right. Okay. Thanks for joining us on Instagram. No Nonsense Market Domination. I am David Wilson, the Business Savage. We will be live. Well, we're live now, right? But we're going to be live. The show is going to be live shortly. All right. So here we go. All right, stand by. 1 minute to live.
You're listening to IBGR, our call sign for the Internet Business Growth Radio Network. Broadcast frequency is our URL, and that's IBGR.Network. We provide live and recorded shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on what an entrepreneur or small business consultant needs to grow their operation from zero to big. How big? Up to you. IBGR focuses on the 180 million English speakers in this world.
20 seconds to live. Facebook, are you ready? YouTube, are you ready? Instagram, are you ready? Periscope, are you ready? And Twitch, are you ready? Because we're getting ready to change the world. So, you know what to do. Say my name, Savvy. Let's go. We're going to take the internet down, baby. All right. Having a little technical difficulties here, but I am David Wilson, aka Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network, IBGR, Profit Radio, where we help entrepreneurs be the best entrepreneurs they can be. Come grow with us. So no matter what stage of business you're in, whether you are a pre-startup, whether you are a startup, whether you are in growth mode, hyper growth mode, doesn't make a difference. We are here to help you. I tell you, you gotta love live television, man. Live television, live radio. Holy cow! It gets me every time. Steve, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if this happens again, Steve's my in-studio engineer who clearly is not engineering. So Steve, we gotta have a discussion. So as business owners, we go through HR issues all the time. We're going to if you need an HR expert, you can find one here at IBGR, and he can help you, or she can help you do what you need to do to fire Steve and people like him who do not do his job. So, all right, enough of this. So now you heard my intro music. Let me back up and gather myself, because this what we're doing. We're all in business too, and this is what business is about. Business is about being nimble. Business is about having to deal with things that you're not used to having to deal with. I wasn't expecting Steve to mess up, so I take full accountability. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was okay. Let me just say before you start writing in, okay, that was on me. Well, it wasn't on me. But I as a leader, as leaders, right, we need to take responsibility for the things that happen to our companies, whether it's our fault or whether it's not. So it doesn't make a difference. This all makes sense, actually, because this ties right into the show that we're going to do today. And it's called, we didn't miss out on much. You just missed out on me, running my mouth for about an extra minute and a half instead of. Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool. All right. Well, anyway. Okay. Got the heads up from downtown that our sound is good and we are ready to go. So on this episode, it's called Savvy segment. So we've done Savvy segments in the past season 3. This is season 4, Network Like a Savage. So our Savvy segments today, we're going to be answering questions that come from you guys, listeners. That wasn't a repeat. I just pointed in 2 places. So we're broadcasting live on IBGR.Network as well as all over the internet. So we're going to be answering questions that come in about, specifically today, networking groups. So the whole networking game has changed, and we've had to go online to network, right? So we've had to go online. We're not in person. We're not at mixers. We're not at business card exchanges. We are not in rooms networking with each other together. So we've been forced to move into, and we're going to say Zoom. Zoom is going to have to start saying Zoom brand, like Zoom brand group software or something like that. Kind of like Q-tips, like Q-tip brand ear cleaner, because it's going to become just that everything's going to be Zoom now. But of course, there's Zoom, there's Google Meet. And all the questions that we've gathered that came in from you guys are going to be about how to make your experience better in a group network setting. Now, Steve, can you please hand me the first question that we're going to answer? And we're doing this on the fly. So this is freestyle answering. I have no idea what these questions say. So you're getting my absolute honest response to stuff. All right. So thank you. Congratulations, Steve, for handing me the card without dropping it and whatnot. Okay. All right. Just kidding. We're friends, Steve and I. First question comes in from Joey. Joey asks, how do I convert a bunch of business cards I got from in-person networking into referrals for my networking group? So how do I convert, what did he say? How do I convert a bunch of business cards I got from in-person networking into referrals for my networking group? Well, good question, Joey. The big difference between in-person networking and online networking is probably the in-person part. And that's what gets us, and that's what gets us the most, right? That's what gets us the most. The key though, and with every show, you're going to get a nugget. So here's your first nugget, right? The key to making this work is we still have to engage in the same manner. One of the things people forget to do is they forget to engage. Oh, we're online now. So no, it's even more important now to engage people. So many people think, do I have something here? All right. Many people think that this here, this, if you can hear that on the radio, that's a stack of business cards. That this is a stack of leads. Even worse, a stack of referrals. Absolutely not. This is a stack of business cards only. A stack of business cards only. That's it. So it's up to us to engage with these people, no different than we were when we were in person. Engage and build relationships. The two things we talk about, this is what we need to be focused on. The two things we talk about most often: give, and I'm just trying to help. So we need to think about how we can give to all of these folks and think about how can we help. I'm just trying to help. So is it easy to convert this into referrals for your networking group? No, it's just as easy or just as difficult to do it with this than it is to do it with LinkedIn, than it is to do it with Facebook. We still have to engage, and we still have to do the things that we need to do to build relationships, right? That's what we need to do. So I'm going to go to break in about 45 seconds. And we're going to come back with our next question, but that's a good start. So remember, we still need to give, and we still need to cultivate those relationships. This is a people business. This is a relationship business. All right, finally got a chance to breathe. Awesome. So actually, that was all planned out. How that went down at the beginning of the show. All right. Anyway, don't forget to download our app. Just go to IBGR, go to the Apple Store, go to the Android store, and download the app if you haven't already. When we come back from break, we will get to the next question and answer that and get back into it. All right. See you on the other side. Savvee. All right. Yeah. So you guys, wow, you get to see all the crap that goes on behind the scenes. You see me get into it with Steve. But it's all love here. It's all love. We're all having a good time. And if you see me you're seeing me moving back and forth. So we are live right now. We're live on IBGR Radio. We are live on Instagram right here. Instagram in the house. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, and for the first time on Twitch. So this is awesome. Actually, absolutely awesome. Right. We appreciate the questions that are coming in. We have questions preset. Well, at least Steve does. I don't know what they are, but they are preset. So we're going to do the best we can to get to any questions that come in when we go live in about a minute and a half. So let's see. Here's a question that came in. How can I receive people's information during a Zoom meeting if we aren't passing physical business cards? Good question. I can answer that for you now. And that is using the chat function. So the chat function in Zoom is pretty robust. So you can go in and you can type in information. With a lot of what happens during a lot of meetings is they tell everybody to put their information in the chat. Then you can actually save the chat. You can save the chat and with all the information of the people who type into it. So that's one thing we can do. So hopefully that answers your question. I think it does, right? So appreciate that coming in from Anoint. All right. And yes, we are on Twitch now. At least I hope we are. My plan is that we are on Twitch now. I think we're on Twitch now. And if we're not, then it'll be the last time probably we're on Twitch because they're going to kick me off. Okay, here we go. We are live in 20 seconds. Nope, 10. All right. Welcome back. David Wilson, aka Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination Radio Show and Video Show, right? Because we're all here too. On IBGR.Network, IBGR.Network, Profit Radio. Come grow with us. Downtown can hear me, so that's great. We're on track now, baby. We are on track. So we are here to help business owners. We are here to help entrepreneurs no matter the stage of business you're in. We are a worldwide business radio station. What does that mean? That means we are currently, if you did not know, we are broadcasting in over 80% of the countries in the entire world. 80% of the countries in the entire world, soon to be 100, soon to be 100%. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Periscope. Thank you, Twitch, for the first time. And thank you, IBGR. This has been a great ride with IBGR. I love my team. Next, we are going to go on to the next question. And we are going to pick right back up. All right, let's make sure we are connected properly. And I believe we are. Okay, let's go to the next question. Steve, sir, let us have the next question. Okay. All right, Steve, let's have the next question. All right, I think we're back up now. All right, thank you, Steve. This next question comes from one second, guys. We are having a heck of a time today on with our connection. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Question number 2. What are some top rules of engagement and etiquette when networking on Zoom? This comes in from Harmony. What are some top rules of engagement and etiquette when networking on Zoom? I think what a lot of people kind of overcomplicate this whole going from in-person networking to networking on Zoom, networking on Google Meet, what have you. And we want to make sure we're doing the fundamental basics that we were doing before. We want to make sure we're doing the same things we were doing before. And the first thing you should want to do, how to engage with people, just say hi. Just say hi. Just introduce yourself. Introduce yourself and say hello. Say hello. And you'll be surprised at how welcoming most people will be when you just say hello. So hello, hi, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Start there. 2, I think make sure that your name is clear. So your name is clear, easy to read, easy to understand, fits in the box, so that everybody can address you properly when you are networking. So usually there's a place to put your name. So make sure you put your name in that block. You should always be representing your brand. So one of the things we say all the time around here, rep your brand, whatever your brand happens to be. And I've said in the past, whatever your brand was before, so pre-pandemic, it should be your brand post-pandemic. It should be the same thing. So, you know, I think there are some exceptions to that rule, maybe, but for the most part, if you were rocking jeans and a t-shirt in person, rock jeans and a t-shirt now. If you were rocking a suit in person, you should probably be rocking a suit now. If your profession suggests that you are suit and tie or shirt and tie, that's how you should be in Zoom. And that or Google Meet or what have you. That is my definite recommendation. As far as engagement goes, one of the best ways to engage people is to ask questions. So ask questions that are more than, oh, so is this your first time here? That's a yes or no question. Ask open-ended questions. And you know, a lot of times you'll pop into a Zoom meeting and it, you know, it'll be kind of quiet and whatnot. Yeah. So break the ice. So is this everybody's first time here? So by bringing everybody, by saying that, is this everybody's first time here? Now you're inviting people to speak. So a lot of times people are just waiting for that permission to be the first one to speak, and people are kind of afraid. I'll leave you with this also. Just be on time. Be on time. But again, this is the same stuff that we're talking about in person. We're just moving it. We're just moving it to online. We're moving it to an online situation. And pay attention to people's names as well. So it's always good. The most melodic sound to anyone's ears is the sound of their name. So definitely be aware of that. All right, Steve, thank you. All right, so good. We did well on that one. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Thank you. Question number 3. All right, this one comes in from Dwayne. Dwayne wants to know, how can I creatively and memorably introduce myself on Zoom to maximize effectiveness both as a visitor and as a member? How can I creatively and memorably introduce myself on Zoom to maximize effectiveness both as a visitor and as a member? Well, in my experience, one of the biggest drivers of engageability on in a Zoom meeting is your attitude. It's amazing how people respond to people who are happy, people who are smiling. So don't ever discount the ease of, you know, just being happy. Just be happy to be there. Smile. In my book, I Hate Networking Events, one of the things that we talk about, smiling. Show your teeth. TLC, teeth, listen, and connect. That's what we do when it's the same thing in person as it is online. Have enthusiasm. So be enthusiastic. If I were talking to Instagram like this and I was, you probably want to be out of here. You'd be out of here by now. Okay, but be enthusiastic. Be enthusiastic. Be excited about what you're offering. Be excited about what you're trying to give to the people that you're meeting for the first time. Be enthusiastic about that. You know, I think also that sonically, so audibly, being loud. I don't mean like being obnoxious, but be loud. Be heard. Don't be afraid to be heard. Everybody is everybody's there. So everybody we see, and there's um, degrees of presence in a Zoom meeting. It's very hard to turn off your video in person, right? But you can easily turn off, you can dial into the meeting and then turn off your video, and you can, go to the bathroom, go get something to eat. You can do whatever you want to do, and you're not really engaged. There's always going to be people like that, I think, in every meeting. But one of the things we can control, so control the controllables, is our attitude. I'll leave you with this last one, because just to be clear, maximize effectiveness as both a visitor and a member. Yeah, this works as both a visitor and a member of a networking group. Use other people's names. So if you're a member of the group, use the names of your visitors. So we'll use this. Pretend Steve is a visitor to my networking group. Hi, Steve, welcome. Simple, right? Hi, Steve, welcome. Okay, so what brings you here today? Who invited you today? I mean, you maybe think, oh, these are one-word answers, or they are, but we're engaging, Steve. Awesome. So is this your first time here? Then you say, oh, well, what do you do? What business are you in? And now you start asking, oh, well, how'd you get into that business? Now you start asking questions like that, and we are engaging our visitor. Vice versa, if you're new to the room. So how long have you all been a member of this organization? How long have you all been a member of this group? Is a great question to ask, because again, it invites everybody in to the conversation. It invites everybody in to the conversation and makes it okay for people to answer, right? That's the way it works. All right, so we are going to head off to break in, 5 seconds. And we'll see you on the other side with some more questions. Savvee. All right. So if you guys heard the little bit of that, that was the tail end. So there's a bit of a delay, which is why it's impossible to listen to the show that you're doing. That's just not something you can do. But thanks for riding with me. We're going to get to, I think we have 3 more questions. If you guys who are watching on our various platforms, if you have any questions, just go ahead and tap them into the chat. If you like what you hear, go ahead and give me some flames in the chat. That'd be great. If check out the post that you are. I'm not sure if you have the same information on Instagram that you do in the other locations, but if you go to IBGR.Network, you can find show notes for every show, including mine. And also, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, you have your show notes right there in the post. So you can go in there. There's links there. If you go to All Things David Wilson, look, scrolling at the bottom, allthingsdavidwilson.com, you can get to all of my stuff. If you're on Instagram, you can go into my bio and you can find everything there as well. So allthingsdavidwilson.com. Those are all of that is in all the links that are located on allthingsdavidwilson.com are in my bio on Instagram. So you can check that out. While you're at it, you can follow me on all my socials, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, All Things David Wilson. Also my company Fund You Up. So you can follow me there as well. So we are about 30 seconds to live. 30 seconds to live. Stand by. All right. Welcome back. David Wilson, Business Savage. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination here on IBGR.Network Private Radio. Come grow with us. No matter what stage of business you are in, whether you are pre-startup, whether you are a startup, whether you're experiencing growth, whether you're experiencing massive hockey stick growth, whether you are nice and stable and moving forward, and or you are just ready to get up out of there and move to Nag's Head, right? Because you're done and you put in your work, we can help you. So we are a group, a community, a network of business owners, of entrepreneurs in all facets of business. So we are experts. Each of us is an expert in different facets of business, from sales, from marketing, from operations to technology, to accounting, to networking, to connecting, all to help the business owner be the best he or she can be. So that is our goal. Thank you for being with us today on IBGR.radio. IBGR.radio, and that's the IBGR.network. So they're going to fire me for saying IBGR.radio, but it's IBGR.network. Okay, Network Like a Savage, Season 4. Welcome to No Nonsense Market Domination. We're going to move right into our next segment. So these are Savvy segments where we answer questions that come in from you guys, the viewers, the listeners, and the focus is on networking groups. All right, let's go to the next question. Steve, if you will, please. All right, next question. This comes in from Dallas, this next question. What are your best ways to engage and connect with members and those I meet outside of the Zoom meeting? What are your best ways to engage and connect with members and those I meet outside of the Zoom meeting? All right, Dallas, good question. And I think there are there's a soft piece and a hard piece to answer that question. So there's hard things that you should be doing, and that is kind of the technology behind that. I think one of the things that makes it very easy for me to connect with folks is a system, technology. So technology, two things in particular have helped me. One is my calendar. So a calendar system. Calendar system can be something as simple as Google Calendar. So just using that calendar system to keep your appointments together and keep them very organized. The second thing that has really helped me, is a scheduling system. So I use a system called Calendly. Calendly is developed out of Atlanta, GA, USA, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. And there's a cat down there who has developed this awesome technology, and it syncs right with my calendar, and it enables me to, when I connect with someone and I just shoot them a link, and the link goes directly. You can pick the link and you pick a time and you can schedule yourself, and it sends reminders and whatnot. And it's an awesome system. So that's the hard stuff. I think you need, whatever you do, you need to have a you need to have a system. You need to have a system by which you are doing what you're doing, so you can keep things organized, and you can stay on top of cancellations. You can stay on top of rescheduling, because the worst thing you want to be doing when you're trying to engage with people and connect with them in your groups is forget stuff. You don't want to be forgetting stuff. You don't want to forget appointments. You don't want to forget meetings. And you want to have at your fingertips links that you can send out, especially now, because everything is online mostly. There's a handful of people still meeting in person in some places, but the majority of folks are online. And you need a quick and easy way to get this information out so that they can go ahead and schedule something that I call an EPSM. An EPSM is an Exploring Possible Synergies meeting. So that's kind of the goal. I talk about that in I Hate Networking Events, my book. It's the goal of connecting to people in a networking meeting, in a networking group. Different organizations. My organization of choice is BNI, Business Network International. I've been a member of BNI is my 24th year in BNI. Different organizations call them different things. Just like McDonald's and McDowell's. It's different. It's the same, but it's not. It has to be different. But whatever you call it, the whole idea is, I met you in a group, I met you in a meeting, and I have an opportunity. I think there's an opportunity for me to add some value to you, or there's an opportunity for you to add some value to me, or for me to add some value to your clients, or for you to add some value to my clients. So we schedule an Exploring Possible Synergies meeting outside of the networking event, and that's the whole idea. So that's a good way to cut off the conversation. I'll leave you with this, Dallas, on this question. And remember, we're giving and helping. But when we're in conversation, we might say something like, I've really enjoyed our conversation. I don't want to keep you from networking and connecting with other people. Would it be okay if I reached out to you? I'd like to continue this conversation outside of this meeting so that we can further explore possible synergies. Would it be okay if I emailed you or sent you a link to my calendar? Yes, that'd be great. So that's how you wrap up that conversation, and you move on to the next person, so you can get as much networking done as possible. All right, Dallas, thank you. All right, Steve, let's get another question here. All right, thank you. All right, so this question. It's not always easy to read Steve's handwriting, but that's okay. All right. Can you tell us the best ways to invite? I'm sorry, this came in from Joel. Can you tell us the best ways to invite people to our Zoom meeting since we are not meeting in person? Can you tell us the best ways to invite people to our Zoom meeting since we are not meeting in person? So this is the way Joel asked the question. As a director consultant in BNI, working with other chapters, I hear this a lot in different forms. So I hear this question, and I hear the statement, it's so much harder to get people to come to a Zoom meeting than it is to come to an in-person meeting. So let me answer this way, by saying, logically, it shouldn't be. Logically, it shouldn't be, simply because there's no traffic. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to pay for breakfast. You don't have to find parking. Shoot, some people you are only half dressed anyway, right? So if you only have to wear, you don't even have to match like below the waist. So I do right now, but Everybody doesn't. So I think the savvy shift here is the shift of the paradigm that it's harder to invite people to a Zoom meeting than it is to an in-person meeting. And I think the roadblock comes because some of us are so uncomfortable about meeting online that we are sabotaging the invitation. We're sabotaging it. Shoot, why would I invite somebody to come here? I don't even want to be here. And if that's what we're doing, then there's no way we can win. There's no way we can win. So we have to shift that paradigm and say, okay, no, this is where we are. This is what I'm going to do. And I would say the easiest way to invite, and just making it really simple, to invite someone. So just as easy as it was to invite someone to a meeting in person, it's with the same ease that you invite the person online. You just ask them. You just ask them. You ask them. You lead with benefits, and you tell them, what's in it for them. One of my favorite sayings when we are looking to grow BNI chapters is, I just did a training on this earlier today. We're doing one of two things. We're connecting people to people or people to solutions. So if we can break it down to where we are connecting the person you're inviting to someone in your chapter, in your networking group, right? Forget about the networking group. Forget about the fact that it even has a name. Steve, I want to connect Steve to Mary because I think Steve and Mary should be exploring possible synergy. So if I do that, then we're good. That's it. That's how we invite people to Zoom. So I would say to Joel, don't overcomplicate it. It's the same thing as it was before, and get out of your mind that it's hard. Don't make it harder than it has to be. So we will be back in about 5 seconds. We're going to continue with our Savvy segments, answering questions. Savvy. All right. Okay. So again, you guys are watching behind the scenes. Thank you for being on with me. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Periscope. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Instagram. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you, Steve. Right. So we thank Steve. All right. So we're going to hang around. We have one more segment. So that's about a 12 and a half minutes. And I really need to make sure that we are pushing through to into this last segment. All right. Again, thank you again for being with me. If you have any questions, again, you can type them into the chat. If you don't, that's okay, because we're going to cover some during the show. So we do have some. Steve does anyway. Some pre-selected questions, which will take us into the end of the show. So thank you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support of IBGR. Thank you for your support of me, the Business Savage, and so we appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, Anoint, if that's true or not. I certainly don't hear any, and I would probably dare him just to say that out loud. All right. Oh, you said he inserts claps when you mention them. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no, he probably does. He probably does. All right, here we go, guys. Let's wrap this up. Let's make it strong. Got one last question. Here we go. All right. Getting hoarse. Welcome back to No Nonsense Market Domination here with David Wilson, the Business Savage. Thank you for joining us on IBGR.Network. IBGR.Network is a network. It's called Profit Radio. Come grow with us. It's a network of entrepreneurs who are helping entrepreneurs all over the world in over 80% of the countries all over the world. We are lending our expertise of decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. And that's just like 3 of us of expertise to help business owners in all stages of business, from pre-startup to startup to growth to hockey stick growth to steady pace to I am retiring and I'm going to Martha's Vineyard. We can help your business be the best it can be. So thank you for being with us. When you get an opportunity, check us out on IBGR.community. IBGR.community is where you can find us and network with all of us. So network with all the on-air talent in the different various expertises. That's a word, right? Expertises? I think so. It's not expertise. I think it's it's expertises. The different expertises from sales to marketing to networking to connecting to accounting, operations, IT, in all different disciplines, leadership, HR, to help your business to grow and prosper. So thank you. Network Like a Savage, season 4, No Nonsense Market Domination. We are here to, in fact, dominate our market. I'm going to go to last segment of Savvy segments, where we answer questions that come in from you, the listeners and the viewers on our various platforms. And we are going to go to this next question. Oh, wow. Okay, now mind you, this is live, so I'm getting, Steve's handing me these questions, and I'm answering them. I'm seeing them for the first time, so we're answering them live. Oh, but let me just read this one first and make sure it's okay. All right, so this comes in from Donald. Donald says, "You are always talking about introverts. Well, I'm a hardcore extrovert, and it is unfair that our group is being forced to meet on Zoom. What should I do?" Well, let me read that again. You're always talking about introverts. Okay. Well, I'm a hardcore extrovert, and it is unfair that our group is being forced to meet on Zoom. What should I do? So let me just check with Steve. This is a real question. I'm not being punked. I'm not like nephew Tommy or anything like that. This is for real. Okay. So Steve says this is for real. This is no nonsense market domination, ladies and gentlemen, and we give it to you straight. I can only answer this question in one way. So it's unfair our group is being forced to meet on Zoom. What should I do? You should probably quit. You should probably quit. It's interesting that we're talking about what is the question, the way the question is, and I'm just reading the question as it was written. The fact that it's unfair is a very particular type of word to use in this situation, and again, if you think it's unfair, then the best advice I can give you is to quit. Is to quit. If you've been listening to me long enough, I can give you some stories of stuff that's way more unfair than having to meet on Zoom, or having your meeting venue changed because of a worldwide global pandemic, and we're trying to protect people and keep them from dying, maybe. So, I might classify doing cold calls and having the cops called on you, which happened to me, or being told by a business owner in the 21st century that they would never do business with someone who looked like me, a little bit more unfair than being forced to meet on a Zoom, and because you can't meet in person. So I think that's, and further, as business owners, I'm sorry, that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. This particular question. Let me finish up on this question, because I do want to end on a positive. I don't want this to linger as being something negative. Because I believe there's a lesson in everything. So everything is a teaching moment. So we're going to use this question as a teaching moment. So the second part of the question is so it's unfair our group is being forced to meet on Zoom. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Again, quit. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Just like in business, nobody's forcing any of us to be in any business that we are in. If it's not working for your business, I would highly recommend, as your advisor, to get out of that, to stop that endeavor immediately if it is no longer working for you. It is no longer working for you. Now, I will tell you that I'm gonna take this in a different direction, because the tone of this particular question was more so, it's like, it's unfair our group is being forced to meet. It's kind of like that, right? It's very whiny. But let me tell you about my growth. Let me tell you about my growth, and you will be proud that Savvy works on himself. Savvy works on himself, and Savvy, over the years, has developed way more compassion than he has had in the past. So we're going to spin this into something a little bit different, because I do hear this, and I do have compassion. I'm being that's not condescending. I do have compassion. And I'm just going to pull from a conversation that I had with another BNI member. So BNI, another member of a networking organization. So this resonates with me. He said something like, we were conversing about BNI, we were conversing about Zoom and how we used to meet in person and pandemic and all this. And he said to me, I understand what's going on. I understand that we have to do what we have to do. I understand that this is what it is until it isn't. But because of my personality, because of the way that I have done business up to this point, very, very, very outgoing, very, very gregarious, very, hey, how you doing? And that sort of thing. That's been the way I've done business for so long. Now I can't do that. This has really hurt my business. What do I do now? I think is a way better way to address this issue than the question that Donald sent in. And I know you picked that on purpose. I know you picked that on purpose because you knew it was going to get to me. I know you did. So I understand that. So this we talk about introverts. So networking for introverts all the time, because typically in person, get rid of that card. Typically in person networking is more about being extroverted than it is about introverted. And it's just a matter of where you're getting your energy from. So extroverts get their energy from being around people. Introverts get their energy from being from within. So when a hardcore, even Donald, a hardcore extrovert, if you refer to yourself as a hardcore extrovert, this is killing you. And I get that. I understand that. I'm fortunate to be an extrovert. An extrovert is like a cross between an introvert and an extrovert. As long as I can be around as many people as I need to be, as long as I have my own space. I'm neither a hardcore extrovert nor a hardcore introvert. But here's what I think the remedy is. So it's not, oh, well, just, and it's funny because, introverts are often forced to be extroverts when they're not comfortable doing it. But to force an extrovert to be an introvert is like a sin. You know what I mean? It's like a terrible thing to do. But we're solution based here. So let's be solution based. What do you do? I think you do the best you can. And I think that we have to make it a point to engage with our groups and be engaging with our members. We can do that. Maybe not the way we are accustomed to doing it. But again, as business owners and as entrepreneurs, we have to be nimble. We have to be willing to do things that we're not comfortable doing. We have to be willing to do things that we're not good at to get to where we want to be. And I think the answer for the hardcore extroverts is do the best you can. Do the best you can. And it's not, I'm not trying to be, oh, well, if the shoe were on the other foot, no, forget about that. Just do the best you can and stay as engaged as you possibly can, and share that with your team. And maybe there are members of your team that can help you with that. But that's our time. So thank you for your questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will see you 3 p.m. next time. David Wilson, Business Savage, No Nonsense Market Domination. Thank you so much. And scene. All right. Whew. And we are done. Disconnect. All right, that's the show. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. So we did it. I think anyway. We broadcast on our Facebook channels, broadcast on YouTube, broadcast on Periscope, broadcast on Instagram. Thanks for rolling with us, Insta, and we broadcast on Twitch for the first time in an attempt to get the message out there to as many people as possible. Give me 1 second. I just need to communicate with downtown. So, one of the biggest things I have learned from doing all this, number one, is people that do this for a living make it look and sound, a heck of a lot easier than it actually is. I am big on challenging myself. I'm big on challenging myself to do things that I'm not terribly good at. I think or that are new to me. And this is one of those things. So this whole progress, this whole journey has been very interesting, and it is, as long as I can get the message across and help as many people as possible, then we're in a good place, and hopefully we're doing that. Hopefully we're doing that, and keep the feedback coming, keep the questions coming. Next week's show is going to be at 3:00. One of the things, I don't know if this is pushing myself too much or what have you, but trying to be, I want to be on as many platforms as possible. We're gonna take a look at Twitch to see if that hit anyone and see if that got any reach. And I'd love to hear your feedback on how things sounded. I think we had some connectivity issues on the radio today that I'm not happy about. I'm also very much not a perfectionist, only because I know that perfection is not possible, but I call it the asymptotic pursuit of perfection. So we're an asymptote, for you calculus nerds out there, approaches zero, but never, ever hits zero. So zero is perfection. You will never, ever hit perfection, but the pursuit of it is the goal. So thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for the support. Thank you Instagram. I appreciate you. Thank you Facebook. Thank you YouTube. Thank you Periscope. Thank you Twitch. Please leave comments, feedback, like, follow, share, subscribe, so that we can get the word out to as many business owners, as many budding business owners as possible, so that we can help them. We can help them be the best they can be. So thank you so much for being with me. David Wilson, Business Savage. I'm going to sign off. No Nonsense Market Domination. We appreciate you. Have a marvelous day. Thank you.